Well, thank you to everybody. Thank you to Roberto once again, because our meeting today here started in an ugly bar near Tottenham Court Road one day of last summer, and I would never expect that that quick lunch could lead us here today. So thank you, Roberto, and thank you, everybody. I'll try to speak in English, trying to do my best. If you really start being quite bored, or I see you not following well, I'll pass quickly to Italian. I've been asked to tell something about the state of art in Italian football. Unfortunately, the state of art in the nation champion of the world, unfortunately, is more or less the same as always. It is very similar to the mafia system, I have unfortunately to say. It's an oligarchy which has been running for the last 30 years. 6 or more scandals were not able to remove people like Mr. Carraro, Mr. Petrucci, Mr. Matarrese, or Mr. Abete. When last May 06, the Calciopoli came out, the scandal of Calciopoli came out, a new person came out, Mr. Guido Rossi, an excellent professor, university professor, specialized in economy, financials, and laws. He was also a former president of Consob. Consob is something you could call the controlling entity of the stock exchange market. So he was the first person outside the oligarchy. And the first thing he said, as soon as he arrived, he said, we must separate the football judicial power from the federation, because it's impossible that people who judge are nominated by people who are going to be judged. So to separate these two corporations, so that to give independence to the judges. Well, this was his idea to avoid the risk to have in future a new Calciopoli. And the result of this proposal is that 3 months later it was not there anymore. So what happens today? Today there is a new president, Mr. Giancarlo Abete, who is nothing but the number 2 of Carraro, the former president, and he has been running this position for the last 10 years. And even the president of CONI, Mr. Petrucci, CONI is the federation of all the sport federations in Italy, is part of the oligarchy. And even Mr. Carraro, maybe by now you will know him, Carraro, the man who has been keeping in his hands football for the last 30 years, including all the scandals, all the terrible situations that happened under his federation. Well, Mr. Carraro was the Italian member in the board for Euro 2012. And this maybe explains why 2 weeks ago in Cardiff, Italy, was defeated, surprisingly, by Poland and Ukraine. So these 2 countries had the final round of 2012 competition. This last humiliation that Italy image had all over the world, has been already forgotten, not by the people in Italy who are really pissed off, so excuse me for the word, but for the media, especially for the oligarchy. And what happened is that people like me, who have the illusion that even at least this occasion would be the occasion to remove from their position, from their seats, these people in the Italian Federation, fell down, and I was disappointed as always. We have to say that, unfortunately, the Italian government who overtook Berlusconi last year, who came with very big promises, and everybody was expecting a lot, even in the football section, because we expected a lot also from the laws, is not being able to make it really a big renewal. For instance, the new law, the new TV rights law, which should equalize the TV incomes for the clubs, well, the government is not being able to oblige Federation and Italian League to apply this law, which could equalize the Italian league and bring the situation more close to the Premiership situation. So, what can I say? The occasion of Calciopoli, I think, has been nothing but another lost occasion. Yes, it's true that Mr. Moggi went home, even if he keeps arguing every day from each TV or radio station in Italy about anything, and this really is something surprising, because instead of going home and how we say in Italian, coprirsi bene, go under the covers and try not to show himself, he's every day on TV and there's someone always willing to interview him. It's true that important international referees went home and won't referee anymore, but the oligarchy is still sitting at the same seats. Maybe sometimes they exchange themselves the seats, but the situation is still the same. Well, I didn't really travel all this way to London just to talk about the Italian disaster. After having read the very brilliant, very accurate and passionate book of John Foot about Italian football, I certainly, with great pleasure, agree with his final conclusion at page 559, which was quite a result to get till there. As usually happens, you find the good at the end, after 558 pages of disaster. I was very, very pleased, proud and happy to discover that there is still one reason at least, he says two reasons, but there's still one reason for which the crazy idea of Dr. Spensley, who came to Italy 100 years ago and imported football in Italy, there is at least one reason for which it was a good idea for him to import football in Italy. And I think, being very proud, the reason is sitting right next to me. Thank you.